Hey, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining our special edition of 21 Next. If you don't know by now, today is a CBS 21 weather warn day for snow. And, we have seen it all. We've seen the snowflakes, we've seen the slush, and it's created a bit of a mess on the roadways. I do want to send things over to the man of the show, meteorologist Steve Knight. Steve, I know when we were coming into work this morning around 3, we didn't see anything out on the roads, but we saw that slowly progress throughout the morning. So big question is, how long is this going to last? And, what can we expect throughout the rest of the day?
Yeah, it's going to continue to be pretty sloppy for us here, Kennedy. I would say for a lot of us until about lunchtime, until about 12. And then you can see some of the snow that was coming down earlier this morning. Now, a lot of us have seen a couple of inches of snow. Other areas, though, have already seen that change over to more of a wintry mix or just plain rain. And that is cutting down on snowfall totals in places like Adams, York, and in Lancaster counties. But always exciting to get those first few flakes. They did start to move in pretty much right on cue. Now, we had talked about, yesterday we had talked a lot. Wow, look at that. We had talked a lot about the snow starting, give or take around 5 a.m. And that's pretty much when that snow started to fall, between 5 and 6, depending on your location. And it will continue to be very sloppy. It's one of those things, Kennedy, where we talk about it all the time. But if you can put off travel until later on this afternoon, you're going to be just fine. We're going to eventually see temperatures get into the mid 30s this afternoon. And that's going to really help with the melting process. In fact, if you don't have the time, or if you want to put off shoveling your walk until maybe later on after you get home from work, or run some errands later on this afternoon, I would say do that, because Mother Nature is going to melt a lot of this stuff away. So we'll be done with it no later than about 1 o'clock here from west to east.
All right, so you're saying 1 o'clock, we'll be done with it. It'll start melting away. I know another question we always wonder when we get these snowstorms is it going to impact our commute tomorrow morning? Is it going to be cold enough for this to freeze, create black ice, or will we kind of be finished up with this tomorrow?
Yeah, I would say when we get into those situations, and it will be cold enough tomorrow morning, we're going to have temperatures down into the 20s. It's actually going to be colder tomorrow morning than it was this morning. That's in the wake of this front coming through. So major highways, by and large, will be fine tomorrow morning. They're treated. PennDOT's going to be, all over the interstates and the heavily traveled, quote unquote, secondary roads, the state routes like Route 30, Route 283. But it's the back and secondary roads that I think could perhaps be a little bit slippery first thing tomorrow morning, because we are going to get a hard refreeze overnight tonight. So any untreated surface, whether it's a back road or even just your sidewalk out front, is going to be slippery first thing tomorrow morning. I would guess that if it hasn't happened already, I'll do everyone out there that owns a hardware store a favor and say ice melt will be your friend. If you can get some of that down on your sidewalks, that'll really help you out before tomorrow morning.
All right, Steve, we appreciate that. I do also want to send things over to Alex Still. She has been keeping track of all of these accidents that have been happening on the roadway this morning. And Alex, I know that you're following several accidents. The slush snow has created a mess there. It looks a mess there on your live look in York County. So tell us, what are you seeing?
Yes, so we know right now that there are some residual delays from what was a crash on I-83 northbound in York County. And if you're looking at that camera right now, you can see pretty much what a parking lot this has become. And that camera also showing that wintry mix that Steve was talking about, that mixture of wet snow there, creating a problem for drivers. So that is one of the main crashes that we've been seeing right now. But I also want to bring your attention to the Capitol Beltway, where it looks like just within the last few minutes, there is another vehicle that seems to have potentially spun off the roadway. The vehicle is actually facing the same direction as the police car. So not quite sure what happened there, but the roads are very, very slippery, as we have been seeing all morning. We've seen tons and tons of crashes coming in. So it's been a dangerous morning, Kennedy.
Experience this wintry weather. I guess my next question would be, what is PennDOT saying? We always say, slow down. That's one of the best advice to give. What's PennDOT? How are they addressing this?
Yeah, so PennDOT is saying slow down, but also they are saying that there are effective immediately, there are speed limit reductions. So 45 miles per hour for those major roadways is now the speed limit. That is effective until PennDOT says otherwise. So if you're driving on any of those major roadways, I-83, I-81, any big interstates or major routes, you are encouraged and required to slow down your speed to be around 45 miles per hour. We know specifically on the shoulders, that is where we've been seeing most of the crashes this morning. So when you're on those shoulders, make sure to give yourself plenty of room between yourself and the vehicle in front of you, and make sure to keep those lights on. Even though it is daytime now, you want to make sure to have those on so you can see very well in that wintry mix.
All right, good advice there. Thanks so much, Alex, for that. We are also going to continue our live team coverage here, sending things over, to Fatima Mo, and she's actually been live out on the roadways all throughout the morning. So, Fatima, what are you seeing where you're at? Tell us where you're at as well. I mean, is it slushy? Is it sticking? Do we see coated streets? Tell us what you're seeing now.
Yeah, Kennedy, good morning. I mean, we were in the car all morning. You saw us driving around some of those shots. And again, back to what Steve and Alex have been saying, I'm not surprised by drivers speeding up and those accidents. I mean, it's just unfortunate to, of course, have to report that. But the conditions outside, we are right by the Capitol complex. You can just see it behind me. I just want you to see all the snow. I mean, you can just see how much it's piled on from 5 a.m. when we first started our trips around the area. We didn't see anything. It was so calm. But now you can definitely just see that snow coming down, and it's definitely piling up. You can see now that I'm walking through those footmarks. And again, folks just haven't come out yet to shovel, but I'm walking towards the Capitol. And again, you can just see how much it's picked up. I'm going to pick up some of this. It's sticking, it's making a ball. You can just see that texture. So again, the snow is definitely accumulating. This is just exactly what we were anticipating. And this picked up around 5:30. I want to say to 6:30 is when it really started picking up. But again, the road conditions that you saw on your screen from just where we were at all morning, we saw drivers speeding and sliding. Even ourselves, even when we try to hit the brakes, again, you just never know the conditions on the road until you go out there. And so we were utterly surprised to see folks still whizzing by. And so again, we encourage all drivers that are hitting the road. Of course, it's to be told that you should try to avoid going outside if you can. But again, once that morning rush hit, we knew parents, folks that need to get to work, they have places to go. We knew that that's probably why there was a lot of bumper to bumper traffic along all the major routes that we were at around Cumberland and Dauphin counties. We even stepped further into Perry County. Again, that snow coming down strong in the mountainous areas there. So we really definitely got a big picture of how the roads were looking today. So you can just still see snow isn't stopping at this point, and it's picking up. We've got our 21 car here just parked so that we can kind of show you. I'm actually going to flip the camera so you can get a better look of what we're seeing. But again, this is just, wow, my camera is a little bad. I'm gonna flip it back to me. So yeah, wet, slippery, that's just how technology is holding up this morning. But again, it's just been about being safe, driving slow, being mindful of other drivers, keeping room for the plows that are going by as well to make sure that they salt and push the snow out. We've seen them come out. We know PennDOT had told us that they can't prepare in advance to have those plows go out just because it would melt overnight. So we definitely saw them coming out, as they said they were, at around 4 a.m., just in anticipation for the snowfall. But once it started picking up, those plows were just about everywhere. Again, that's a shot of us and our roads and how they were looking this morning. Definitely looked like a lot of rain at one point. It kind of just picked up, like a lot of the snow started melting. But now with this well into the morning, we know that the snow is going to probably stick until for a while. So at this point, be careful when you step out. Definitely hard to walk. You want to be pretty clothed. Do not wear sneakers out. I don't think that's a good idea. Have your boots, gloves, hats. Yeah, stay warm, folks.
All right, good advice there. Thanks so much. Yeah, it definitely looks a lot different than it did around 5 this morning. So definitely want to make sure that you are taking it slow as you are heading out the door this morning. Stay home if you don't have to. Go out this morning. That's always our best advice. Of course, you can also stay up to date on our weather conditions as well. We'll have our next noon cast at noon today, so you can stay up to date there. We'll have live team coverage for you. You can also, of course, head over to our website as well, cbs21.com. We'll provide updates on there, and of course, big advice for you, download our CBS 21 weather app to stay up to date. We appreciate you joining our special edition of CBS 21 Next, and we'll see you back at the next one.